saya dijemput oleh institusi dan akhbar di Korea dan juga di negara Jepun. Mereka meminta supaya saya berada di sana untuk menghadiri beberapa acara, dan saya disoal oleh mereka berkenaan dengan macam-macam perkara. Mereka ingin tahu apa pendapat saya berkenaan dengan masa depan dunia. We should come around and regard this world as our country. If we can regard the islands of Japan as Japan, why not regard the whole world as our country? Because nowadays, problems affect the whole world, not just one country. Apa pendapat saya berkenaan dengan United Nations? The United Nations, of course, is not functioning well simply because 5 countries have been given the veto powers. It's not a democratic organization. We need an organization for the whole world to deal with common problems that is almost like a world government which is representative, not a world government formed by the rich countries or the powerful countries. Apa pendapat saya berkenaan dengan peperangan antara Rusia dan Ukraine? The war being fought now in many countries, especially between Russia and Ukraine, is an unnecessary war. I'm not blaming anybody, I'm blaming human nature. They prefer to go to war. And you look at the disruption of Ukraine, poor Ukraine, having to face this giant called Russia. The others are very nice. They are giving money to Ukraine to fight. They are giving weapons to fight. You fight, you die, we will help you to die, and you can solve your problem. But I don't think that is a good system. Yang aneh bagi saya ialah mereka ini amat berminat untuk mengetahui pandangan saya.
Are we moving towards another war that will end all wars? And if we are, you as the eldest and the eldest statesman of the world, what would be your advice to the leaders of the world? Thank you.
Well, wars is about killing people, destroying countries. I don't see any good coming out from wars. As you know, they fought a war, the Second World War, for example, and Germany and Japan were defeated. But they were able to rebuild themselves. The winners suffered more than the losers. Jadi teringat saya dengan keadaan di Malaysia ini, yang ditanya kepada saya, apakah saya akan bertanding lagi? Apakah saya tak akan bersara? Apakah saya tak hundur daripada arena politik? Sebaliknya nampak negara seperti Korea seperti ini nak tahu pendapat saya berkenaan dengan masalah-masalah yang dihadapi oleh mereka.
Prime Minister Mahathir is a global leader, not just the Asia leader. And he has been leading the whole Asia to the global society and the opinion leader in the world. And definitely Asia needs someone like him in the future. He's a rare asset that Asia had and shows the power and the promise of Asia to the global world. And from when I was young, I really respect him as one of the global, not just Asia leader.
Yesterday we had a discussion with Tun Mahathir. It was a very candid discussion on the global situation at the moment. I think his thoughts on what the global situation is like now is very relevant. We need a collective effort to address the common challenges that we are facing today. Now, these days, we are seeing countries are not cooperating as much as we hoped for. So as Tun mentioned, maybe ASEAN can be a role model for other regional organizations in the world. And I think this can be our legacy in ASEAN. He was also an inspirational leader as a Prime Minister of Malaysia. He also contributed in the growth of ASEAN, so I respect him for that. And I hope that he will still contribute to ASEAN, to the world as a global leader as Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad?
He has a great wealth of experience, many years of experience as a public leader, running a country and coming up with plans and ideas and strategies to develop, make progress from what it was in the past to what it is today. And we want to get an idea of how he had done it and what are some of the lessons that we can learn as the up-and-coming generations and even current leaders, emerging leaders. What are some of the lessons that we can learn from him? And so we wanted to ask questions. We want to have open and frank conversations. And there's going to be a lot of things that we could benefit from. And that's why we are here inviting the former Prime Minister to the conference.
Tak tahulah saya Perdana Menteri yang baik ataupun tidak. Itu bagi orang lain lah membuat penilaian. Tapi hakikatnya ialah di zaman saya jadi Perdana Menteri, Malaysia ini dapat dibangunkan sehingga dikenali sebagai Asian Tiger. Jadi tentulah saya ada pengalaman sikit. Kalau tanya saya bolehlah bagi tahu cara-cara membuat. Bahkan dalam buku saya, Doctor in the House, saya cerita di situ macam mana sesuatu itu boleh dilakukan. Yang tak boleh dilakukan dulu, macam mana boleh dilakukan. Itu terdapat dalam buku saya. Dan saya punya pengalaman 80 tahun lebih sebagai ahli politik. Kalau tak nak terima pendapat saya pun, dengarlah pendapat. Saya kata macam ini tak baik, memang dia tak baik. Dan kita tengok apa yang berlaku. Sebab itu saya berpendapat bahawa sikit sebanyak pengalaman saya ni berguna bagi saya lah. Anggapan saya, banyak orang kata tak guna. Tapi orang di luar negara nak tanya saya macam-macam. Sehingga masalah dunia pun mereka bertanya macam mana nak selesaikan masalah dunia. Tapi balik ke Malaysia ni, mereka cuma nak tunggu saya tak ada lagi, baguslah. Tak ada kacau sangat.
Dr. Mahathir, thank you very much for penetrating and provocative analysis.